Okay, so let's start with the corral that we did last week. How'd that go for you this week? Oops, sorry, I can't see you. Did it go okay? Awesome. I guess also I should say before I do that, I did want to ask you how practice was. Was it hard to get 4 days in 30 minutes? Was it fairly easy? How did it go for you?
I would say it wasn't like the hardest thing I've ever done, but it wasn't like super easy also because I have a busy schedule. So,
kind of.
I did it, but
awesome. Okay, good. That's where I want it to be. I don't want it to be something where it's like, you're stressing out about it, but it should be a little bit of a challenge, right? So, oh, also, by the way, if you want to see them, today we went to the doctor and we got an ultrasound of our baby. So it looks like a little alien right now. Let's see if I can find one that actually looks like a human. Not really, but let's see. There's our little baby alien. Let's see, this is the head. You can kind of see like a little nose right there. And then that's the little tiny body and like a little foot. But anyways, so it's alive. It's real. It's not just a joke. But anyways. Okay, let's do the corral.
So you want me to play it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm doing that too fast.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. All right. I also saw on your playlist that you had like the 2 exercises that I taught you guys from the Hannon. Is that what the Hannon exercise is? So go ahead and play me both of those. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I didn't practice for a while, so I'm kind of slow with them again. But turn the volume up though. Oh, see, I can see
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay. All right. Then also you have your hymn on there. Which hymn did I assign you? That was a while back, I think.
So I think it's Now Let Us Rejoice, I think. Yeah.
All right, let's see. What page is that on? Do you have a page number or did you just print it off?
Page 8.
Okay. Okay, let's see how that's coming.
Okay.
Awesome. That sounds great. Okay. The only thing was at the last line, there's 2 F sharps. Do you remember how to do the sharps? So instead of playing a normal F, you're going to go a half step above F onto this note. This is F sharp. So it's this thing right here, it's like a hashtag sign. See that? It's at that was promised. And then will. So yeah.
I can try that. So it's like, right?
Yep, just like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's sounding great. I think we're definitely going to pass that one off and pick another one because that one's really good. So let's look here. Have you done number 10, Joseph Smith's First Prayer?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let's do that one. I think let's look at it. Yeah, that one actually should feel maybe a little easier than the last one you just did, but there are a couple things in this one. So the first thing that you need to know is that on the first page, and do you have the book or do you have to print them off? Okay, you do have the book?
You sent us an old copy of your book.
Oh, okay. Okay, I couldn't remember if I did or not. Okay, awesome. Okay, so then you're going to look at the last line when within the shady woodland Joseph sought. If you look on the bottom line, it changes clefs on you. So all of a sudden, instead of being in bass clef, now your bottom hand and your top hand are in treble clef. So something that would help, because you won't be able to do the intervals for it, something that will help is to know, you can write in what this note is right here at the beginning of the treble clef, and then what the note is right here when the treble clef is over. So do you happen to know what this note is in treble clef?
It's an F, isn't it?
Yep, F. So you can either know that in your brain, or you could write it down just to make sure that you remember that. And then how about this note in the bass clef? Do you know what this one is?
I think it's a B.
Yep, you got it. Yep. So like I said, you can write it in or whatever. So you have 2 notes only that you change in the treble clef right here. So F, and then it goes down to E, and then it will change back. Okay, and then the other thing is on the second page, the last line. It has pretty big intervals. So these guys right here kind of are pretty big, but just know that it's a lot of sixths. So that's the biggest interval that you'll really see, I think.
Yeah, it'll take me a little while to get these, but I know most of the notes, I think, on middle C and up into treble C.
Awesome. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, so I don't think you'll have that big of a problem. I think you'll do great. So, all right. So I'm gonna write that down as number 10. Okay. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do then, we're gonna learn the next song in the book, which was an add-on to Squidgies Boogie. So can you play for me the Squidgies Boogie that you know already?
I don't remember which one that is. Could you play a piece of it or something?
Really weird. Maybe that was the one in book 4 that you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I know that one.
Okay, so let's review it then, because we'll need to know that. So maybe Emily will not even need to watch this recording if she already knows Squidgies Boogie, because we'll have to review it. Let's see. We learned Squidgies Boogie in book 4, I think. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to see if there's any reference that you need. Okay. This is the reference book for it. The thing you do need to know is that it has a different 12-hour blues cycle than any of the other blues that you've played before. So you'll probably have to write this down in your book, this cycle right here. So I'll have you write this down now so that we just have it. So 1-1-1, 4-4-1-1, 5-4-1-5-1. Okay. So top hand is doing the cage chords. Do you remember the cage chords from Alma Mater Blues?
With the cage chords, the chords that are like,
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so the top hand, that's all it's doing. The rhythm with the bottom hand, it will be going, well, let me teach the bottom hand first, then it'll actually make sense. But okay, so the bottom hand is a little complicated. It is hard to master, but I know you know this one. You probably just don't remember it. So your fingers might remember it, which will be good. But okay. So you're gonna be down pretty low on the piano, down by low C with your pinky, and then bass C with your thumb. And the first part you're gonna do an octave. So you're gonna break up your octave and just do bottom top, and then you're gonna skip starting from the pinky. You're gonna skip one note and go to the next note, and you're gonna do kind of like an Alma Mater Blues fingering with your fingers. So you're just doing a bunch of half steps. So those two together are, and then what you're gonna do, it's hard to see because, let me see if I flip my camera around.
This does actually sound familiar. Tell me if this is right.
Almost there. Yep, almost there.
Right? Okay.
Almost there. You almost have it. So you just have this part right here needs to be this octave. So on the G. G. And your top hand is going to play on the 1 and the and of 2. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that makes sense.
Is it like this?
So your top hand only plays twice. The bottom hand, that was perfect. Your top hand, so let's do this. So you're gonna take your bottom hand. I want you to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You try that. So for every note, it's either gonna have a 1 or an and, depending on which one you're on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Like you could count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That makes sense? Okay, so now after you do that a few times, then you're just going to play your top chord on the 1 and the and of 2.
Is it like this?
So you have to play your chord the very first note of the bottom hand. That's 1. So let's, can you play that? You're gonna play that for me 4 times. Can you do that for me 4 times? Oh wait, are you playing it? You're muted. Let me unmute you. Or no, I can't.
So. Right?
Yeah, that's right. You do it again.
Anyway.
And then you go back to 1, 2 times. At the end there, you don't play 1 twice. You just do 1 time, and then you go 5.
I'm used to the other blues cycle, yeah.
This is a little different. So go ahead and play 1, then 5, and then you're gonna end yours with. Or I guess you could do the cage chord too. So you'll go. And then you're gonna go to 5. And I guess you can go. That's it.
Okay, so you want me to start with 1 again?
Yeah, just do 1. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so yes, now you kind of have it brushed up. So now what we're gonna do is, just like in Alma Mater Blues, where you have several sections, the Squidgies Boogie has another section that you'll do the first section once and then you'll repeat it. So when you're repeating it, you are going to take out that last one, the little ending chord thing, and you're going to go straight into repeating it the second time, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we're going to go straight into this the second time, and I'll play it for you. We'll see how I do today. Yeah, let me just double check. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait. That's it. Oh my gosh. Okay, whew. Takes a lot of brain power because you have a lot of things on there, and I haven't practiced it very much, but you will be better at it than I will. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we're taking the same thing, but we're gonna be adding like I don't know what you want to call them, like a walking hand part at the end of every pattern. So whenever it has a circle on your diagram, that's when you're going to add your walking part. And most of the time, the walking part will lead into the next chord. So, okay, so the first bit, you're going to do three patterns the same that you did before. Then this one is going to be different. So the first pattern, we're going to do 3 times. So 3, and then this is what you're going to do for this part. You're going to, okay, so let me explain what that is. This is the walking part. So you can literally, we can use our pinky for this. So your notes are going to be, okay, so it's basically, well, not really half steps, but this one, then you skip this white note, go to this black note, and go down a half step to these 2 white, and then the next white note. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to make an octave. So you now practice doing octave, 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 octave. Okay, and then yeah. Do you want to play it for me? Okay, so then after you have that down, then you're going to break up the chord, and now it's going to go, sorry. So bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Yep, exactly. Okay, so this one also has a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so I want you to do it again, and when you're playing it, I want you to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can get that in your head so that you can be able to play the top hand with it. Go ahead and say it out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oops, sorry. Do the wrong note.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Perfect. Okay, so now for the top hand in that little part, it's the same thing. You're gonna play the 1 chord because we're on the 1, and you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Can you turn your camera a little bit? I can't really see what you're doing.
The top hand or the bottom hand?
The top hand.
Okay. It's just let's see here. It's hard because this song you can't. My camera's not big enough to see my whole hand, both hands, because it's too far. Let's see. Okay. It's just gonna go. It's just the cage chord. The and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But you have to take it really slow so you know 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
So at what points do I play the bottom hand or the top hand?
On the 1 and then the and of 2.
Like going into 2 or going into 3?
Going into 3. So after, so like 1 and then 2 and.
Okay. So is it like this?
Yep, perfect. Just like that. Okay, so let's just see if we can practice just the first line. So you're just going to do 3 normal ones, and then the last one, you're going to do that on it.
Okay. So.
Yes, awesome. Okay. So we'll see if we can get the whole song today. We only have 3 more minutes. So, okay. The next part, you're already down there. That was the last thing that we played was the G, G. So now you're just going to move your hand down 1 and you're already at the 4 chord position. And you're going to do 1 normal 4. So, sorry. And then after you do that, you're going to do this. So let me show you the notes for this. And let me just double check. I don't want to teach you the wrong thing because I can do that. Okay. Okay, so this one is you can think of it as, so like it's the pattern of the 4, but instead of playing it like this, you're going to play each note as in octaves. So these are the notes of the 4 pattern. Right? And so now what you're going to do is add those in octaves. So you're just going to go. And then after that, you're going to separate them. Does that make sense?
So.
Yep, exactly. Okay, and then this one is also 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then this one actually goes with the next one. The CC goes with the next one. So so that you then you have to figure out, okay, you're playing your 4 chord on the top hand in the for the cage. So it's still a 4. So now you have to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So take it nice and slow to figure out which note that is because they change every time for the walking fingers.
So like this, maybe? I don't have the timing right, but that'll take a while.
It's okay. Exactly it. Okay, so now let's see. Oh wait, actually, I think we have a little bit. So then you're right there to play your 1 chord because it goes 4 4 1 1. So you're gonna play a normal 1 chord. So you're already there, and you're just gonna go. Okay, and then we have another walking thing. So we're gonna go. Now this is to get to the 5. So to get to it's almost like the one we did to get to the 4, but you're gonna add. See. Yeah, you're gonna change the last. Well, you can think of it changing it or adding it, but either one. So it's almost the same as the first one we did. You're gonna go to this black note as well, and then you'll go to this one, and then you'll be in 5. So we'll go, and then you'll be in 5. Does that make sense? See what time it is.
Well, just tell me if this sounds right.
Yep, exactly. Okay. Dang it, we didn't have enough time to do the whole thing. So let's see. So let's just have you play for me from the beginning to that point. You don't have to do the top hand. The top hand for this last part we just learned is just the 1 chord, doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Yeah, and that right there, that dun dun, that C part, that's actually the start of one.
Then back to
Then the one that we just barely learned. Cool. Okay, so we just have one more line to learn. So hopefully we'll do that next week. But you can practice that part at least, because it's still doing those octaves are hard. And then you can also brush up the original Squidgies boogie, because you're gonna play the original first and then repeat to this. So, okay, and then you have your new hymn. So make sure to add Squidgies. At least for me, it helps. I don't know, depends on what you want to do, but it helps for me to write down the specific songs we're working on. So you could like write chorale and then write Squidgies boogie on your playlist. But if you just want to use your book as that kind of a reference, you can do that too. So, but okay, awesome. Good luck this week getting 4 more days of practice in. Do you have any questions before we end? Okay, awesome. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.